Okay, thank you.
All right. So what questions do you have so far?
I have a lot of questions. First thing is, how do I use this card? I have the account and I have all the channels here, whatever you are showing, right? So what are those channels and what are important for me? What is not important for me?
So if you go to the option trades channel, you have access to
Mm-hmm.
two different trades, the option trades and the 0 DTE trade. I would recommend starting out doing the option trade channel just because they're longer dated and they're not going
Mm-hmm.
to move as fast, especially when you're first starting out. And then on the option trade channel, I do a put credit spread every day. I'll show you how to enter it shortly.
Mm-hmm.
The chat channels are where you ask questions. So if you have any questions on how to do a trade, every morning or the night before, I'll show what I'm looking at trading for the next day. And then people ask questions here.
Mm-hmm.
For 0 DTE, it's another chat channel as well. You could ask questions here. So how to enter the trade. What brokerage are you using?
I am using Thinkorswim paper trade as of now.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the trade I did this morning. The PCS means a put credit spread,
Mm-hmm.
and then the ticker is Apple AAPL, and then the expiration date is 8/15.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to go to the option chain for Apple. I'm on paper also right now. All right, AAPL. And then you go to the August 15th. That's the 8/15 expiration. You're going to sell the 185 put and buy the 180 put. Here's how you enter it. So once you're on that expiration, you go to the 185 put right here. Click on the bid, the first number on the right side. These are puts, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So click on the 185 and then you're going to click on the 180. You have to press control click to get both of them up together, okay? If you just click it, then it's going to eliminate the first one. So you got to hold the control button and then click
Mm-hmm.
the ask at the 180 like that. So then you get
Okay.
both of them, okay?
Hold on there. Let me see that I can do that here.
I could set it up where you share your screen too if you want, and then I could watch it. Do you
Oh,
want to do that?
yeah. Why not we do that? So let me share my screen.
Just click the share button on the bottom.
Share. One. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
So I go to trade.
And then
I
type
go to
AAPL.
SPX.
No, it's AAPL.
Oh, AAPL. Okay. PL. Okay. Now it is showing me the grade. Now I go to 180.
Yeah, but
You
wait,
said,
you gotta go to the 8/17 expiration first. Right now you're on 1 August. So click the little arrow there and then go to August 15th, the 37 day.
okay.
I'll always do the ones that don't say weekly, by the way. So you're on the right one right now.
Okay.
Notice the other one says weekly, and then the one that you highlighted doesn't say weekly. So it's always
Yes.
going to be the one that doesn't say weekly on it.
Okay.
All right, so now go to the 185.
185.
Click on that.
Just click. Okay.
And then go to the 180.
180.
Click on the ask, and you have to hold the control button and click it. Yep, there you go. So this makes it a credit spread. Do you see where your arrow is? It says, or where your arrow was? Yeah. So there, see how it says 0.45 credit?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure it says credit, not debit on these, okay?
Credit. Okay.
Now, right now, the default on the paper trade was 10 contracts. If you go to the left, I would do the minus sign and just do one contract for now. So click the minus sign. You can do it that way.
Same.
Press enter. All right, so now you have one contract, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you could do a limit order or a market order. Right now, it's probably going to fill at the 0.44. So you could just press confirm and send on the bottom. Now, before you click it, it says max profit is $44. Your max profit is whatever the credit is that you took in. Max loss is 456, but we're not going to get out with that max loss. I'll tell you why later. The buying power effect is 456 also. So that means
Mm-hmm.
it's using $456 in your account, and the goal is to make the $44, which is
Mm-hmm.
around what, 9% or so. Click on send on the bottom right. It should probably fill. If you go to the monitor tab on the top left and then click on working orders, yeah, click the arrow next to Apple. Right now
Not filled yet.
it's not filled yet, but it probably will soon. If you click on working orders on the top, sometimes it may not fill at the exact price. When that happens, I would right click this where it says working orders
Mm.
and then click cancel or replace order, the second one. And then I would go down 1 point. So where it says price 0.44, press the minus sign and let's try 0.43. Press the minus
Where?
where you were. See where it says 0.44 credit on the right? Oh, it got filled anyway. So you're all
Yeah,
right.
it got filled.
If it didn't get filled, you could wait about a minute or so and then press the minus sign next to the 0.44 credit.
This minus sign?
Now move your mouse to the right. Move your mouse where it says 0.44 credit. A little more to the right. There.
Point for credit?
You could click if it didn't fill, you could click the minus sign and try a dollar less and just slowly go down until you get filled on it. Okay. But you don't have to do that now because you already got the order in.
Okay.
All right. So now if you go back to the alert, I wrote alert at alert at 190. So if you go back to Discord, it says alert 190.
Uh-huh.
So what we're going to do is go back to your Thinkorswim, and then we're going
Yeah,
to
I'm seeing that
go back to Thinkorswim and then
here.
press you want to right click on back on Thinkorswim. You want to click on the price of Apple. It says 207.54 on the very top.
I lost you. Did I?
See where it says 207.5, it's the stock price
I
on the
lost
top.
you. Can you repeat that?
See where it says the stock price 207
Stock price 207 here.
on the top right. Yeah, right click it. So right click and then do create alert. Yep. Now, when I said alert 190, we want to go at or below 190. So see where it says at or above? Click on that and then do at or below. And then there, type in 190. It'll be quicker to just type it in. And then on the bottom, it'll say how you get notified. It looks like you're set up where you might get a text message or it'll just make a sound on Thinkorswim.
Mm-hmm.
You could easily add more options if you like there, like emails and whatnot. But for now, just click create on the bottom right. And then that's pretty much it. Right now, Apple's at 207 and we sold a 185 put. We put an alert at 190, meaning if it starts to drop to the 190 price, then it's
Mm-hmm.
going to alert us that it's getting close to our 185 put. And then at that point, we're just going to want to usually close out the trade because it's going against us. Okay.
Mm-hmm. How do
If
you close out a trade?
to close it out, go to the monitor tab, and then you're going to highlight both of those positions, the 180 and the 185,
Mm-hmm.
and then right click, create closing order. You have to click both for, you have to highlight both. I think press control click. Yeah, there. Now right click, create closing by Apple, the very first one. Yep. And then you would usually just do a market order to close it. So in the order entry, the green lines you see where it says order, click limit, and then I would probably change it to market just to get out of the trade. Okay. And that's only if it hit the alert price of 190. If it doesn't get to 190, the trade is fine. And then at expiration, if it stays above that 185, then this option will be worthless. And that's what we want because we took in what, $44 and then it would go down to zero.
Mm-hmm. So if it stays above 185,
185, yes.
then we make money. If it goes below 185, we don't make money. We lose money.
Right, right. But I personally get out, use almost always get out if it
Can
hits.
I automatically set a order which says if it is 190, select?
Um, I'm not sure on that. The reason why is I set an alert at 190 and then I close it. You could do a stop order if you want, but I don't know exactly what the price will be at the 190. It really depends on when that happens and
Mm-hmm.
also what the volatility is. So I did put in the alert you could stop out at three times whatever I took in pretty much. So if you wanted to and you're worried about it, you could instead of market order do a stop order
Mm-hmm.
and then stop at the three times what I took in. So I
Okay.
put a
So
stop order at one. I don't personally do that though, but some members do that.
at 190.
I put a stop. You could put a stop order at three times what you took in. So you took in what, $44 or so?
Mm-hmm.
You could do 44 times three is 132 or so. So if you wanted to and you don't want to do the alert price, you could do a stop order at 1.32 and then it would get out if it hits that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't personally don't like doing those because I want to give it some room. And typically if it hits the alert price, it'll be close to that anyway. It really just depends on when that happens.
Okay.
It's a little bit more advanced here. I'm trying to keep
But
stuff
you don't
simple.
have much time between 190 and 185.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a few percent though. And Apple doesn't typically move a ton in one day.
Okay. And I saw your alert on SPX today, the zero
Yeah.
DTE SPX,
Yeah.
right? I tried to fill that. It is a stop order, right? Whatever you
Yeah.
have.
For the zero DT, I do a three times stop loss on it. I
That is
don't,
iron condor stop order.
yeah, I don't do the alert prices on the zero DTE because it moves really quickly. I'll just do the stop order on those.
This one, right?
Yeah, that was yesterday's actually.
Oh, this was yesterday. Okay. Today is
Today I
this.
did it on paper. I didn't actually take this trade. It actually did stop out. just because there's a FOMC minutes coming out in a few hours. So usually the market
Oh,
moves.
I tried to do the yesterday's then in
Yeah.
that case.
For that one, you're gonna
Or I did not do it right.
for this one, you're gonna do the control click again, where you click the sell, click the buy for the puts, and do the same thing for the calls. Does that make sense?
Yes. No, it did not make sense to me. So I go to SPX. I select SPX, right?
Yep.
And it is today, that is 9th July, right?
Yep.
Then I select a 6215 put by the 6205 put.
Yeah. So go down to 6 to 1 5.
6215 is far below down the line
Yeah, there's a lot of strikes, so you gotta go down, but there you go. All right.
6215.
Click on the right side on the bid. It says 1.4.
Uh-huh. And
The
then
6205. On these, I use the 10
6205.
minute. Control click. Yep,
That's it.
that's it.
So I say 0.60
Right.
credit
Yep.
and I confirm and send it.
Yes.
This is not a iron condor order.
Well, this was just one side. I just did the put credit spread. Iron Condor is a put credit spread and a call credit spread. Occasionally,
Okay.
I'll do both of them instead of just one.
So I do this, then it is, oh,
You have 10 contracts right now.
yeah, I have to do that.
Yeah, just press minus until you get to 1 or type it in.
Um,
Just press
do
enter.
that,
There you go.
confirm and send.
And then
So
send.
if I earn money, it will be $70. If I lose money, it will be $930.
Yeah, but we do a three time stop. We're not going to lose the 930 on it.
How do you do the stop?
We'll enter it first. Sometimes on Thinkorswim on the 0DTE, it doesn't actually fill on paper. It's just an FYI. I
Huh?
actually talked to Thinkorswim about it and they're working on it. That's all I can say about that. So
Okay.
hopefully it will. On real money it actually fills, but it may or may not. I would just to show how it works, right click that and press cancel replace and do it as a market order. Again, it may or may not fill. I don't know why it's having problems, but try a market order instead. All right, that filled. That's good. So now go back to your monitor tab and you'll see XPX down there. Highlight both of those options. Control click on the second one. You have to unclick the Apple ones, by the way, because the apples are still highlighted. Yeah, now just SPX. Control click.
Both.
Yep, right click, create closing order. And the top one. Now you're going to do 3 times, so do a stop order here.
Go three times means say change it to 7 3s are 2.10.
Yeah, well, you want to do a stop order first. So go to order limit and click stop first. And now under the stop, type in 2.1 where it says 0.7. And then press enter so it locks that price. And then confirm and send. and send it. So that's how you enter in a stop order for the 0DT. Okay.
So when do I enter the stop order?
You could do it right after you get filled. So right after the alert comes in and you got
Mhm.
filled on it, just do the stop order right away. At that
Okay.
point, you just let it be. You don't even have to look at it.
So I just change it to three times the
Yeah, three times
points.
whatever you get filled at. I'll say what I get filled at. And you may get the same price. You might get a little more or less. But whatever price you get, just do three times that.
Okay.
And then you just wait it out. I let these expire worthless. So usually I just wait until the end of the day. In this case, if it doesn't go below the first 62.15,
Hmm.
then it expires worthless, and that's what we want.
So the stop order will take care of that.
The stop order would fill if it goes against us, and we would get out at 2.1. The reason why we do the stop order is I don't want to lose, $940 or whatever it was. So I'm willing to lose $210. And then the loss would be 210 minus what you took in on the trade.
Uh,
Because if it went down to the 62.05 and lower than that at expiration, you would lose the maximum amount. And then the strategy falls apart. We don't want to lose the maximum amount on the trade because you're only making, $60 or so. But if you lost 900 something dollars, it's going to take too many trades to get back to break even on that.
this trade has not happened yet.
The stop order didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
Your initial fill happened.
Initial fill happened that.
And now you're just waiting for the end of the day. At the end of the day, either it expires worthless, which will be good for us, or it stops out.
Okay.
And that's really about it. I mean, other questions?
So if it expires worthless, what happens? We don't earn any money.
Yeah, if it expires worthless, this option just goes away from your account and
Uh-huh.
get your buying power back. So you can just do the next trade the next day. There's nothing you
Oh,
really have to do after, it either stops out or expires worthless.
okay.
But definitely put the stop orders in on the 0 DTE trades.
Okay. So stop 0.9. That is what you are saying. That 0.3 you bought and then you stop at 0.9.
Right. When I took the trade in the morning, I took in zero point 0.3 or $30. The market dropped a bit and then it closed it out at $90. So today was technically a loss.
Oh, okay.
But I did it on paper just because I'm worried about FOMC coming out. Because there's a Fed meeting minutes coming
Uh-huh.
in about an hour and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, I do these trades every day. The 0 DTE will be 10 o'clock your time or within a few minutes of that. And then the longer dated trades, for now, I'm just doing them when I have time. Typically, when I start school again and teach, I'm going to be doing those at 1:30 your time.
Uh-huh.
And you could do those anytime that day or usually even the next day because that Apple trade is 37 days out. So the options usually don't change too much within, the next day in most cases.
So today you sent this options trade alert at 10:25 for Apple.
Yes. I'll usually do them in the morning the next week or so, and then when school starts, I'll do them at 1:30 your time.
Okay. So it is not necessary that I get this 0.33 when I try to fill the order. It may be more or
Yeah,
less.
it obviously could change as it comes out. I wrote to get the minimum price. So I said get it for 0.33 or more. And then I said I got 0.36. So if you get into the trade late, like let's say you wait a day or two and it's not 0.33 anymore, you might want
Mhm.
to skip it at that point. But then I write what I got filled at, the 0.36, just so people know.
So here at what we got just now when we filled it,
You got 0.44, I think, under filled
oh,
orders.
0.44. Yeah.
Because Apple dropped a little bit since I did the trade. That's why it's a little bit more premium because it's closer to the 185 put.
I can add a premium to this column, right? Yeah.
It's the gear icon. Yeah, it might be a premium one. It just says you could. I usually just look at the P and L open just to see where it's at, which you already have open. I think there might be a premium one. I'm not sure actually. See where it says P and L open?
P&L open. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, the parentheses means it's down $3. If it
Uh-huh.
wasn't a parentheses, it would be up. I think. It's been a while since I looked at that. So the P&L open will show how much it's different. But you don't really even have to do that. Like just let it be and then just wait until the alert price comes out or it just expires.
Okay. Now I have put the stop order. It is if it is alert price, it will stop.
You have an alert price right now. If it hit the alert price, then you would have to go in and actually close it because there's not a stop order for that Apple position. It's just an
Uh,
alert price.
so I say I click this and then I say create or close the order,
Yeah,
and then I just the first one, the buy or
yeah.
sell.
The first one.
Okay.
We always sell first and then buy back to stop out.
Okay.
I personally don't do the 3x stop on the longer dated ones because sometimes you'll see some rogue orders come in from other people and they put in a weird price on the premium and sometimes you stop out on it. It doesn't happen much, but it does happen sometimes. So that's
Uh-huh.
why I personally just do the alert price. It's annoying because sometimes like the trade is perfectly fine and then you just stop out at 3x.
Okay.
It does happen occasionally.
And yesterday your trade was a little different for the 0DTE SPX.
Yeah, the 0DT was an iron condor that expired worthless. So that made the
So
profit.
this is an iron condor.
Yeah, that one I took in $65. It didn't hit the stop price, so it expired worthless and I made the $65 per contract.
Okay.
I got about 5 more minutes. Any other quick questions?
No, I think these are the questions I had. I now know how to fill the order. So I need to probably keep this recording and view it once again.
Right.
Use this and fill the orders tomorrow
Yep.
when you send the alerts
Yep.
and then see how that works
Right.
at the end of the day.